The day Nathan Caldwell stood in the rain, staring at the charred remains of his house, was the day everything changed. A twisted shell of what had once been a home now smoldered before him. His wife, gone. His 2 children, gone. The fire had taken them all in a matter of minutes. There were no answers. Faulty wiring, they said. A cruel twist of fate. But there were no explanations that could soothe the ache clawing at his chest. In the weeks that followed, Nathan drifted like a ghost through the shadows of his former life. He'd been a husband, a father, a successful architect with his name on award-winning designs. Now he was none of those things, just a man hollowed out by grief. He tried to work, tried to return to the firm he'd co-founded, but even the act of picking up a pencil felt pointless. The shapes, the lines, they all reminded him of building a future that was now gone. Friends came. Some stayed for a while. Most eventually drifted away, unsure of what to say to a man who had lost everything. Nathan didn't blame them. He didn't have the words either. Months passed. Seasons changed. Nathan found himself walking aimlessly through the city, ending up in places he'd never been before. One day, he wandered into a dilapidated neighborhood where buildings stood like forgotten relics, windows boarded up, graffiti scrawled across crumbling walls. Yet, amidst the decay, he saw something, a group of children playing in a vacant lot, their laughter echoing through the empty streets. Something stirred within him. He returned the next day, and the day after that. He began to sketch again, not for clients, but for himself. Ideas flowed, visions of community centers, playgrounds, affordable housing. He saw potential where others saw ruin. Nathan approached the city council with his plans, offering to design and oversee the construction of revitalized spaces for the community. Skeptical at first, they eventually agreed, moved by his passion and commitment. He poured himself into the work, collaborating with local residents, listening to their needs and dreams. Together, they transformed the neighborhood. Abandoned lots became gardens. Derelict buildings turned into vibrant community hubs. Hope returned. News of the transformation spread, inspiring similar projects in cities across the country. Nathan was invited to speak at conferences to share his story. He spoke not of loss, but of resilience, of the power of community, of finding purpose amidst pain. Years later, standing before a crowd at an international summit, Nathan concluded his speech with these words: "I lost everything, but in that emptiness, I found a new purpose. We all face tragedies, but it's what we do next that defines us. We can choose to rebuild, to inspire, to make the world a better place." The audience rose in a standing ovation, not just for the buildings he had designed, but for the lives he had touched. Moral of the story: even in the face of unimaginable loss, it's possible to find purpose and make a difference. Nathan's journey teaches us that from the ashes of despair, hope can rise. And through resilience and compassion, we can rebuild not just our own lives, but also uplift those around us.